Patriarchy is everywhere. You birthed it.
I did just Hey guys, today I have with me Holly Bourne and Non Pratt.
Hiya!
You may not recognise their faces, but you will recognise their books because I have talked about them in videos before. Holly and Non are both authors and they write YA fiction, young adult novels. And we're all young adults here. Just gonna put that on.
Yes, I'm very young.
There's a lot of just like teen topics, sex, love, friendships, mental health, feminism, all of that jazz.
All of those things.
Sperm. I wanted to kind of talk about why you think it's important that YA fiction addresses these kinds of issues.
I think it's important because when I was a teenager, because I'm really old, YA fiction didn't exist and I was just curious. I just wanted to know about everything. I just kind of feel like I remember what 14-year-old me wanted, and I just think it's important to give 14-year-old me what I wanted.
I just think being a teenager can be amazing, but it can also be absolutely crap. I feel like YA books are literally the only thing at the moment bar YouTube. Just kind of going, no, this is what it's actually like to be a teenager, and sometimes it's fucking awful, and it's also hilarious, and I just want people to be able to pick up a book and be like, oh, that's me, that happened to me, I am normal.
But one of the bits I genuinely laughed out loud in Am I Normal Yet is when one of the characters like has her top off and her boobs are out, and the guy just goes, oh my god, your tits are great. And like, I could hear the voices of boys saying that in my head. I was like, this is too real. Like,
that's never in the films. That was like stroking your face and cupping it and going, I never felt this way about anyone other than you. And like in real life, it's just like,
where your boobs are great. As well as like the fun, sexy times in the books, there's also some pretty shitty times. Like you, especially, you've done stuff with mental health and teenage pregnancy. So how do you make sure that like your research is top notch and you're not misrepresenting things?
With Trouble, I was pregnant.
Really?
As an adult.
Oh, okay.
I know, but it was at the time I was writing it, so basically Hannah's pregnancy is exactly like my pregnancy.
Well, I do work for a youth charity, a youth website called thesite.org, which is where we met and bonded. So kind of just being around vulnerable young people and people with mental health problems for 5 years kind of meant I had absorbed a lot of it. And my normal yet is about OCD, and I was so worried about getting it right because it presents itself in such a unique way, and it's so sensitive, and I just kind of really wanted to do it justice. So I did Skype people who had OCD and just had a chat with them
about their symptoms,
and also just like about their life as well, because they aren't just an OCD sufferer, you know, they're just teenagers. And I spent some time with some cognitive behaviour therapists, and I actually did have a few sessions of cognitive behaviour therapy.
What's that like?
As well. It was like having my brain hijacked. I really didn't like it at first, because he just like got out of his board and was like, okay, these are all your thought patterns and why, and like really challenging. I was like, I don't like it.
I found with a lot of YA that I've read, it is very female heavy. Let's talk about boys in YA.
Yeah.
And like, is there a male readership out there?
I think like there's this massive misconception at the moment, like a boy gets his first boner and his balls drop, he just doesn't want to read anymore. Or if he does read, he only reads like Orwell and Catcher in the Rye, whereas girls are allowed to grow in their reading and development and read YA.
Well, I have a theory.
Okay.
An untested theory. But basically, like, I think it starts way before they get to teenagers, because we're always going, we've divided them into like pink and blue camps, like girls and boys, and you spend a lot of a child's life going, boys like this, girls like that, you want this, you want that, and like, because girls are always told to sit down and do quiet stuff, they're sort of socially groomed to be better at starting off reading, and boys are being taught to go out and have adventures, so they're just running.
And then they wouldn't necessarily proactively pick up a book to read that's about teenagers in school, but they might pick up Maze Runner, which is like an adventure fantasy kind of thing.
There's never any romance. It's like, oh, I swear teenage boys are quite romantic. They
just
want to mount you and leave. Like, mount. I have a thing where I put the word loins in every book.
Yeah, I love that.
Cockwomble.
I do use the phrase cockwomble. I love that.
Cockwomble.
Like all my friends are like, oh my god, this is amazing. Have you invented this word? I'm like, I have not invented the word cockwomble. I wish I had.
I think I called someone that recently on the tube.
A male
boy
character.
in her book, and he's very believable, and I fancied him even though he's 17 and not real.
But he's 16 and not real.
Oh my god,
he's even younger than you think.
What's wrong with me?
I felt betrayed by Am I Normal Yet?
Oh, why?
Because I had feelings for the wrong person.
Oh, which
Do you fancy
one?
Guy?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, he's based on something very real in my life. And who dumped me on the countdown to midnight.
I've heard this story.
Not cool.
Yeah. 10, 9, 8. I don't think this is working. 7, 6, 5. Oh no, I got lipstick on my teeth again. This is why I got dumped.
I do feel that loads of my characters are basically behaving contrary to who they actually are. Because I think you do that so much though when you're a teenager, don't you? Because just like, I'm not.
Who am I?
Who am I? So, like with Tom, it's like he's like this perfect ex-boyfriend, and like the relation. I feel kind of sorry for him because the relationship.
Tom,
only because
he's a cockwomble.
In defence of Tom.
Okay, right. I'm listening.
It all got cut from the book.
Oh, exactly.
But there was lots of really lovely stuff when he was in a relationship with Kaz. He was a good boyfriend when he was a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not enough books about female friendship.
I'm reading a brilliant one at the moment.
Ooh.
It's called Beautiful Broken Things by Sarah
I
Barnard.
really want to read that.
And it's all about just girl friendships. It's the only thing it's about, and it's just, I'm like, yes!
I also asked you guys on Twitter if you wanted to ask Holly and Non anything, so we're going to do like a quick fire Twitter round.
Okay, right.
How do you know that an idea you have is worth writing a book about?
You don't until you're 40,000 words in and crying.
How to avoid / get rid of writer's block?
Go for a long walk.
Mine is right through it.
Yeah,
There's no such thing, just keep going. What you're writing will be complete garbage and you can delete it later.
Thank you guys for watching. You should go follow Holly and Non on Twitter. I'll put their links in the description, and you should also read their books because they're great.
Awesome. And Hannah is awesome. This has been fun.
Yeah, and I'm great.
Yeah. Watch Hannah read us, all good.
Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share all your thoughts on YA sex nonsense in the comments. That would be great. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.